welcome everybody to this week's project. I've decided this week to do slightly something different and also to give you a little bit of a background story to this. I printed out an extra large picture of the character Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider games and of late of Tomb Raider films. I think there's actually a new film due out, but there's been a few films over time. This character to me was my biggest introduction into gaming. I've always been a games enthusiast, and even from as young as about 12, I had computers and programmed them, and then I had the very first Atari where we used to play Space Invaders, and I'd sit up all night as a teenager playing Space Invaders. And then later on, when Nintendo first came out with the NES game console, I had one of those and was introduced to Mario. But in the 90s, when I first moved up to Scotland, I was bringing my daughter up at this stage and working at the same time. And I didn't have any hobbies, couldn't really afford to do much. And that was fine. I was very happy doing what I was doing. And I used to get a gaming magazine every week because I was always keen on games, although I couldn't afford a console. And I'd read a lot about these games that had come out called Tomb Raider. And I thought they sounded great, even reading them. I used to get as much information as I could and read. And we really didn't have computers in the same way as we did now. So mostly what you would see would be in books. Anyway, a friend of mine lent me a console that her daughter no longer used, and it had the second of the Tomb Raider games with it. So I was incredibly excited to at least get a chance to try this games console. And I spent endless nights after my daughter had gone to bed playing this game and trying to work out the puzzles. And at the time, my neighbour also had the same game with the same console, and the two of us used to get together and talk about how we were going to solve these puzzles. It was brilliant. Loved it. I loved the puzzle solving part of the games. And I eventually went on and I bought myself a second-hand PlayStation, and all the games I bought second-hand, and I went on to play them all in the end. And still today, I buy the consoles just for the Tomb Raider game. I have many great memories of the fun I had and the fun that me and my neighbour had discussing these problems that we had in the games. So anyway, this is me making something for myself. This was just, I did all of this out of pure fun of making a project. And I really hope you just enjoy seeing the process. This part that I'm really doing now is I'm sanding. I'm trying to get a bit of a 3D look to this. So each bit is sanded different heights. So the socks are not as high as the boots would be, and guns would be the highest points but the belt buckle would be lower. That's it completed. And just to get a bit more of a look to it, really.
You touched my soul like a phantom, and you did it right from the start. Like nobody is watching what we're doing, like nobody is watching us, like nobody is judging while we're dancing till with you, I don't need the contest. Like nobody is judging while we're dancing. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost. Follow you, the only thing I want to do. Through everything we step into, we're dancing till we get lost. I hear you breathe, but I can't see if you're right here next to me. Something's wrong, wasn't it fun? Is it now we're done? You get dressed, I look a mess, and you tell me to confess, and you tell me to confess. Oh, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might just have been a bad dream. You can run, you can hide, but you can't put the blame on me. Because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior.
Okay, that's everything on this done now. I gave just a coat of clear varnish on it just to seal the colours in as much as anything. Quite pleased how it came out. You can't, it's not easy getting it all on camera at this angle. So the last thing that I've got to do now is I put on the back there, I put this run of wood here. That's a clip for me to hang it up onto the wall. And I bought a couple of these Tingkam kits. It's the 4-colour strip LED lights. I've got a couple of different runners here and I joined them in the middle. And I'm basically going to put this along the outside here. I've also got the little Wi-Fi centre, the wireless centre thing, so that I can use a remote control on it. These kits are great because basically this just plugs into here. I think it's one way or the other. Just plugs into there like that. I'll be able to stick this on the back here, and then you get all this bits with it, and then this bit just plugs into the back, and it should be a click-on light that I'll have for it, and then I should be able to use it by the remote control, hopefully. So yeah, I'll put this bit on time lapse and I shall come back right at the end when I've got it all hung up.
I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might just have been a bad dream. You can run, you can hide, but you can't put the blame on me. Because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us, save us.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's project. I'm really delighted with it. As you've seen from obviously the video, the Tomb Raider has a little special place in my heart. It was part of my growing up, even if it was when I was an adult by the time I actually got round to playing this particular game. So anyway, I'm going to switch it on. The LEDs work really great. They're very easy little kits to use, and I don't know, it just adds something a little bit special. I'm going to switch the lights off so that you can have a look at it a bit better. There you go. You're not going to be overloaded with light from this, but it's just a nice feature to the room here. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you see, give me that thumbs up, and I'll see you again next time.